right, it is the Prep Sports Report on Lakeshore Public Television for the final time of this season. We begin, as we always do, with our most electrifying plays of the week. We start off, of course, they're brought to you by NIPSCO.
Right.
The most electrifying plays, Wayne, as always. And we'll start with Munster. A little rebound action in a
Nice steal.
Adam Ostich on this knockaway. Drew Hackett, the recovery. And two. Here's Maryville's Taylor Woods with the vault.
Maryville doing outstanding in the sectional. Finished second this year.
The girls' gymnasts getting it done in the sectional at Chesterton, where Valpo stayed hot.
Yes, they did. And Portage took a third place. That's going to be a battle for, first,
Top
second,
three.
and third, top three, and the regional tomorrow night.
This is Valerie Black of Portage, who scored a 9.35 on the beam.
Nice dismount here. She sticks it, gets a nice set.
Brandy Stasinski.
Kaczynski from Chesterton, she's a senior, has done really well all year long. She had a 9.525 on the bars, placed second in this particular event.
It was Madeline Solis that won the all-around, though.
Danielle?
Or Danielle, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Danielle Solis from Portage, that's right.
Oh, and we
Here's
are
the
dunk
strip.
responsive. You got lobbed to the big fella. Well, it's been a tough year for Butler. Things are going to get better.
That's right.
The big guy's coming down to
He's
Indy.
coming. That's right.
Things can only get better for the Butler
That's
Bulldogs.
true. That's very
'cause
true.
They've had a rough year as well. All right, how about some boys high school basketball, Wayne? A lot of good matchups last week. One of them was Friday night. We wondered if Lowell would earn some respect because Munster beat him by 20 earlier this year. Kevin Schlottman knocking down the three.
Lowell was very respectable in this game. It was close for most of the game. But boy, Munster is just out. Look at the passing there.
Beautiful pass.
Just beautiful.
Pat McCarthy puts in two after Lowell's Aaron Ham scored. Here's Eric Zakakis for the Red Devils. Yes, this was a much closer game.
A much closer game. And people thought this was going to be a blowout for Munster. No way.
William Barker for two. I don't know if you got out there on Friday or Saturday, Wayne, but
I was out there Friday night.
how did this game look to you?
I honestly felt that Lowell in the first half played very, very well. Towards the end of the third quarter, Munster made a little run. Okay, got a little bit of a lead, but I was very impressed with Lowell's play in this game.
Drew Hackett from downtown for Munster for three. Brandon Corey looking to answer. He knocks in the three ball.
And that's a nice steal here by Hackett and points. Munster is just so fundamental. And I really thought that, Lowell played a very, very good game. They didn't try to run the floor. They were very patient offensively.
William Barker from downtown.
And I'll tell you, even though Van Hook played well, as he has, he was not necessarily the only player that Lowell had.
You can't let Drew get the high screen
No,
and go underneath
you
the
can't.
screen. You can't let that happen, Wayne.
And you can't let that back door happen.
No.
Which,
Van
really is
Hook
not a
for two.
Munster, Munster usually takes that away.
Barker with a three.
Look at
Van
this.
Hook did a goal. Where's my guy Zach Van Hook going to play college basketball? I still have not heard that.
I don't know. He'd be a good guard at, Division II.
Yeah, he can score.
Yes, he can.
And here's a Munster again. Adam Ostich down the lane.
Just excellent passing, good cutting by Munster there.
And the Stangs won 57-48 to advance for the rematch. They did their part.
Yes, they did.
Game two, was it going to be a Donnybrook?
Oh, yeah.
LC, all the pressure really on LC. They didn't get a good
Right.
draw.
Right.
They have to go through Chicago and Munster to win.
That's right.
But they really answered the challenge, answered a lot of questions Friday and Saturday night.
And East Chicago beat them earlier in the year. So, they had a lot of revenge factor there. They came out very strong. And, the big difference probably was Hiram Edwards, and he just did not have the game that he did the first time he played against Lake Central.
And for LC, it was Tyler Ross and Matt McGetty knocking down the perimeter
Yes.
shots. I think
Yes, it was.
stepping up and knocking down the open threes. Let's go to the highlights. Lake Central, they've got a deep bench. They'll need it Saturday. When you got guys who can come off and shoot the three,
That's right.
that helped Michigan City Marquette in their game against 21st Century. They just kept running guys off the bench that could make shots and make positive plays. There's Joe Bannister.
Wilburn and Bannister played very, very well in this particular game. Nice
Third try.
block by the big guy.
Here he comes.
Here it comes.
Oh,
Whoa.
don't rip it away from the big guy when
Whoa.
we're looking to get the throwdown on camera. Oh, boy,
There
nice
it is.
physical move. Folks thought he was undersized. I don't know. I can
Oh.
see him playing at that
What a
next
power
level
forward he's going to be in college.
in the Big East in a real conference.
Yes.
I mean, I think he's going to be able to get it done.
And Bannister, he's coming back next year, and this kid has really played very well in this tournament.
Damian Jefferson, your
Hey,
guy.
there's a young man that I really was. He kept them in the first half. I mean, he can shoot the basketball. There's a tip in by him. He's active. He kind of went, kind of south in the second half. There's a nice rebound by, Tyler. But
This was a close game most of the
yes,
way.
it was. It really
Nice
was.
steal there by Tyron
Edwards.
Edwards.
Edwards threw a couple of fancy passes that his teammates weren't ready for.
Yeah.
But overall, there's a nice jam
Wow.
right there.
Wow.
Boy, Wilburn just played so very well in this series.
Good to see Lake Central play well. They really, I think, deserve to come out here and have a good couple weeks and play it at the highest level. Beautiful run out again by
This
Wilburn.
was a hugely intense game on both sides, especially in the second half. East Chicago, there's a nice move by
Wow.
Jefferson. But East Chicago really, came back strong, and there was a period in there where East Chicago started to pick up. He's outside there. He's shooting the ball outside.
If you remember early in his career when he was a little pudgy, and he was a little pudgy his
Yes,
freshman year and his
yes.
sophomore year, he would shoot that from out
Yeah.
there. Nice look
Nice
inside.
pass.
There's Edwards. to
There's
the goal.
Edwards. Edwards started to light it up about the fourth quarter.
Oh,
There's
wide
a nice
open
one
look.
right there.
If they can
Spaghetti.
keep the floor spread and knock down that three,
Yes.
and then it'll keep the double team away or the triple team away from Weideman.
Nice pass
Beautiful
there,
pass.
penetration. If Wilburn can have that same game that he had in these sectionals, that they're going to try to take Weidman away. All right. If Maggette can step up and shoot it, and Wilburn can really play well, Lake Central has a real shot.
Yes, they do. Obviously, has to feel confident against LaPorte. We'll
Yes.
see LaPorte here, I believe, coming up, but they handled LaPorte on the road earlier this year.
Yes, they did.
All right, let's go to some more highlights, Wayne, from down in the 1A sectional. The big rematch from last year featured Cody Nelson and Couts against 21st Century. Beautiful steal, and Dantrell Hurt for a deuce for the Cougars.
We were talking off the air that Marquette seems to have a lot of talent. Boy,
They do.
21st has some talent also.
Beautiful move off the glass for DeJuan Pinkin. Yeah, 21st Century is an outstanding team. Marquette can throw waves at you
Oh, yeah.
of players. As I went to see them on Saturday night, here's a nice shot inside for two. Jacob Bacallia, I believe. I got the pronunciation. I still don't know if that's right. Knocking down the three ball. Couts played a very good game Friday night against a 21st Century team that continued to pressure them. And I think Eugene German had 30.
Yes, he did.
And he's got in the gym range, Wayne.
Boy, he really does.
He can shoot it from the parking lot, from down the street. He struggled a little with his perimeter game on Saturday, but he got to the basket against Marquette. Here he comes. Beautiful look inside for two. And Jernigan scores, and it was 21st Century winning Friday night 67-51. But then Marquette and Richard Mitchell, who was really impressive, the transfer from Michigan City, the point guard, really dominated that game Saturday in the end. A very close game broken open in the fourth quarter. And now we're going to go into some LaPorte, Michigan City highlights. And in the 3 matchups this year, it's been Josh Fleming, the point guard for LaPorte,
Correct.
who Michigan City has not been able to handle.
Right.
And one of the reasons is because Richard Mitchell plays for Marquette now.
Right. You're right. And Fleming has really improved for them. Really played well
Nice
this season
unis.
as a senior.
Nice unis for City.
Right. Nice drive to the hole.
Shenquan Hemphill for 2. Geronde Boyd with the layup.
I think that's Coach Boyd's son.
Yep, freshman. Browder with the jumper out of the corner. And here comes Josh Fleming. Folks, the big debate is he a Division I point guard? He
Boy.
has dominated the
Yes, he
3
has.
meetings this year.
Yes, he has.
Beautiful drive there. Shane Barron for 2.
That'll be a great matchup with Wilburn and Fleming going at it. LaPorte and League Central.
Well, that's the thing. I think LC's got the depth to wear him down, maybe, or try to wear him down with Bannister and Wilburn.
Right.
And Coach Wells likes to play up and down, but that might be feeding into LC's hands.
I totally agree with you.
Here comes
Here he
LaPorte on the
comes
break.
again. That's Josh.
This was a close game for a while, then not so much in the second half. They busted it open. Fleming pull up off the screen, knocks down the J.
If LaPorte is hitting that outside shot, they can be very, very difficult to handle.
That's Pulowski there, knocking down the jumper. Or Lucas Jarrer, maybe. Here's a scoop off the window. Josh Fleming again. Boy, there's too much room
Somebody's got to
there.
guard him.
Yeah. Somebody might want to guard him there, Wayne. Trailing from behind, I don't know if that's going to work out.
I think Coach Molosnik is looking at the highlights
Yeah.
here.
I would think that they would want to get a little closer to him
Yeah,
than that.
a little bit.
Knocked away, and then Simmons puts it in. Boyd with the hang
Boyd
shot.
looks like a player.
This was one of his better offensive games because he did not score a lot this year.
But he's a freshman.
Oh, yeah, off the glass for
Got
2
it.
there. And the Slicers win behind the big night of Josh
Big
Fleming. They are in the right to meet LC in the morning game at Michigan City on Saturday after winning the Valpo sectional. There were some folks, Wayne, earlier on one of those statewide websites last week that picked LC, Lake Central, as the 3rd favorite in the state to win the state championship.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they
What do you think
certainly
about
have the
that?
talent. They have the talent. They have a great point. Remember, I've always said that good point guards are a lot better than just having big people in your lineup. Point guards help you win sectionals and regionals, and they've got a good one, okay, in Ty Wilburn. But they also have the big guy inside. And now with McGetty and people like that stepping up to shoot it outside, they're going to be tough to defend.
Yeah.
I
with
really
Ross
like their
and
chances.
McGetty. They've got some weapons. They've got some balance.
Right.
Let's see. I thought it was important, a big hurdle for them to overcome Saturday night.
Yes.
Not only to beat Munster, but to not allow Munster to hang around.
Right.
And maybe make it a very tense game in the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have done a lot for their confidence if LC could go in there and win convincingly.
Yes, I totally agree with you. It is a very excellent crowd there. You can see there's a lot of big rivalry there. There's Wilburn right there, and that's what he has to do.
Yeah. Nice steal.
And
There's-
you don't see Munster turning the ball over much, and that really says something about LC's defense.
I think it does. I think they bought into playing that side of the floor.
Mm-hmm. I think this is the second time out of the last 10 meetings that LC has actually
Right.
defeated Munster.
Nice reverse layup
Nice
by
reverse.
Adam Ostich. Corey Duckelman down the lane,
Oh, nice
off the
move.
glass for 2. Drew Hackett with the scoop as he would have put it on the floor.
He's back next year.
Yes, he is.
So is Ostich.
Yes. Munster will have some,
And Schlattman.
and Schlottman. Yes, they'll have some guys back next year. Wilburn, the rebound.
Boy,
He's
he has
playing.
really been playing well this last couple of
It
weeks.
looks like a different intensity.
Yes, he has.
Yep, there's Matt
There it
Mengedi.
is, right there.
He's still wondering when he's going to be able to play some golf, but he knocks down the 3 ball right there.
Well, with the weather, I'm not sure he cares right
Keep
now.
playing basketball, Matt.
That's right.
Wilburn for 2 more on the drive. And Joe Bannister going to get the pitch.
Boy, nice setup, boy. You penetrate a little bit and you kick it, and you can hit that shot.
In a convincing fashion, Lake
Convincing.
Central
Right.
wins. Ty Wilburn 20 points, 53-37 for LC. Convincing fashion, big win
Right.
for them as they roll into the regional, where they could possibly have 2 very difficult opponents to play if they're able to win game 1.
Yes, I totally agree.
All right, let's go to the top 10, Wayne, and check out the poll for this week.
Last poll, and we've got Michigan City at 10. Lowell has had a great season. East Chicago has played well. Griffith. Andrean is the poll for the first time because they won their sectional.
They
Kudos
sure
to
did. Kudos to
them.
Andrean. Scott
That's
Hickel,
right.
what a job in his first
Right.
year.
First
that
year.
team was nowhere.
I
when
know
they-
it.
That first game
I
of the season.
remember when he was playing for Andrean Hickel. I mean, that's
I remember the
fantastic.
Andrean's opener this year, and it wasn't
Yes.
pretty.
LaPorte in number 5. Munster, Bishop Knoll won their sectional. Congratulations
Yes.
to them. You know, and
Bowman Academy
Bowman
just
Academy.
scored again, I think.
yeah,
I think they're up to 117 now.
And then the big one, number 1, again this week, the Lake Central Indians.
LC number 1 and playing like the best team in the area right now.
Yes, I
Last
agree with
Friday
you.
and
Except
Saturday
maybe for Bowman.
with a tough draw in the sectional. How about the Little 5 for this week? Yeah.
You've liked their Couts. Certainly has had a good season. 21st Century,
Very good
outstanding. Winamac, okay, was 14-8, and Judson, boy, they've come on.
Winamac
But
got 'em.
Marquette.
What a loaded ball club. Mike.
Oh my God, you saw that.
Yes, they're the real deal in terms of talent-wise.
Mm-hmm.
They can definitely play depth, star potential for a 1A school to have that kind of
That's right.
size, and a senior point guard in Richard Mitchell,
Right.
who was outstanding Saturday night. Really might have been the difference in the ball game, the way he played on both sides of the floor. All right, how about some players of the week, Wayne?
Well, you've got to go with Ty Wilburn from Lake Central with 20 points against Munster. Austin Daniels has played very well lately. He had 19 against 21st, and Nick Podcool for Andrean had 19 against New Prairie. I believe you picked New Prairie.
I believe I did.
Larry Chrysler for Bishop Knoll had 18 against Whiting.
Unknown players of the week.
Aaron Green, that is spelled the way the paper had it, for Wallace had 32
I think
against
it was.
Bowman.
Was it 41-40 at half?
Yes, I think so.
Wow.
That's an NBA thing. They're beating the Pacers.
117-78.
Yeah.
I think it ended up.
Okay, the Bulls would like them. Richard Mitchell for Marquette had 24.
Yeah, made the free throws down the stretch. They did very well in their delay game. He was very good off the dribble. He was very impressive, was Richard Mitchell, the senior transfer from Michigan City. I think he transferred after his sophomore year, so he's
Right.
been at Marquette for
Right.
2 years. All right, how about some girls gymnastics, Wayne? Shall we? Let's.
Brandy Tuzinski, she's a senior and had a 37.7 all around, tied for third from Chesterton. And she's just had an outstanding career, okay, for Chesterton. She's been
did.
their leader all along and just has done a fabulous job. This is a nice floor routine.
She's had an outstanding career for Chesterton. Valpo winning again, Wayne.
Yes, with a big 111.85 mark. We featured Valpo here on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're going to look at some other young ladies.
Milroy and stuff has been just outstanding for them. And she's back. This is Jasinski on the vault. Okay, nice. She keeps those legs nice and tight, just a little step there. And this is her bar routine. And 9.525. It's outstanding.
Portages Solis, though, won the all-around.
Yes.
we're going to see one of the top young gymnasts in Northwest Indiana. What a year it's been for Maryville from a team standpoint
Yes.
to get back in the top 5 in the state, ranked number 3 in the state right now in girls gymnastics.
Hey, you got to give a lot of credit to Diane Roberts.
Yes.
Boy, she has brought that program back to where it was at one time. This young lady has helped right now, and Osorio, she's
Just
only
a
a
freshman.
freshman.
Right.
Woods is actually here, a senior, and she's done a great job for Maryville. Diane's been waiting for this group.
Maryville won a state title in girls gymnastics a long time ago,
Yes, they did.
and have had a dry spell where they didn't have a lot of depth,
And injuries.
and now they're back.
Yes. This is Valerie Black of Portage. She could be one of our unknown players. We've had some.
Why not? You got She went for 9.35 on the beam.
Yeah. I mean, we've heard a lot about, how do you pronounce it, Solis?
Solis?
Solis, okay. Danielle this season. But Valerie Black, boy, she stepped up.
Yeah, she did. Great beam routine there.
And Jordan Kirby here. Kirby, 9.375 on the floor for Chesterton.
Now, big regional tomorrow night.
Big.
Obviously, Valpo a favorite. Top 3 teams advance to the state final.
Yes. That's new. That's new, and that I really think that's good. You've got so many teams from up here that are outstanding. Not just the best in Northwest Indiana. You're talking about the best in the state of Indiana, and certainly you can't overlook Valparaiso. They could easily go down. They're scoring at a 111. They could easily get a 112, win that state down there. There's no conference in the state that has this many teams
Nowhere
ranked
close.
in the state
Morgan
polls.
Township's Kylie Maxwell, second in the all-around.
Fantastic young lady, and she's an independent.
Leah Milroy and Brandy Kaczynski tied for 3rd in the
Right.
all-around.
And look at that, Maryville 109.8 and Portage 109.725. You don't think that there's going to be some competition tomorrow at the regional to move up in that spot? Boy, that's going to be fantastic.
Going to be some great competition, again, from the regional to the state championships.
Right.
So the top 3 this week advance and will have a chance to win a state title. All right, let's move on. Go to check out our Facebook page. If you miss the show or want to look at some highlights of our features on our Facebook page, it is facebook.com/Lakeshore Prep Sports. You can email us sports@lakeshorepublicmedia.org, sports@lakeshorepublicmedia.org. Time for picks for regional basketball here in Northwest Indiana. All right, Wayner, we're going to start with Class 4A, I believe. I really don't see anything I'm disagreeing with here out of the gate.
Well, I like Lake Central over LaPorte, and I think that unfortunately Penn will defeat Concord.
Well, there
That's
is
a
good news, though, Wayne.
Okay,
the
what's
Penn
that?
girls basketball team did lose in the state finals. to
Oh,
Bedford,
okay, all
North
right,
Florida.
that's good. But you know
B&L.
what?
And our guy Damon Bailey won the state title in girls basketball.
Wow. But I really like Lake Central, over Penn here. And I think that's going to be a close game. It's going to be a good game. But I think the Indians can do it.
And depth in a two-game and one-day scenario could
Right.
be a big factor for
Big
LC.
factor, big factor. For 3A, we've got Bowman.
Speaking of depth
Yes.
in a two-game and one-day scenario,
We've got Bowman, I think, over Andrean here. Boy, Bowman just has people, coming off that bench unbelievably. St. Joe's over Western. And this is going to be a close one just because I'm not really sure of either team. And then I really like Bowman's chances of going downstate and winning the entire state. They probably have the best chance of all 4 classes, teams from up here, to win the state championship.
oh, I agree. Even though they're going to match up in a semi-state, with a big school this year in 3A,
That's okay.
they should definitely.
They don't.
And they've played a really
Marvin
good
doesn't
schedule.
care. He's got it.
Not unless Kokomo or Carmel's in 3A.
That's true. That's true. 2A, we've got Fort Wayne Canterbury over Winnemac. We've got Knoll over Westview. And I know this
Gonna
is
be
a stretch
tough.
for most people, but I like Bishop Knoll by 2 over Canterbury. Canterbury's very, very good.
Yeah, let's go to 1A at Triton.
And I like Culver over North White. Marquette, as you said, Joe, is loaded.
They're loaded.
And they have an excellent chance of also winning the state. Wouldn't it be nice to have 4 champions?
Yeah. Ryan Fazekas didn't even have a great game Saturday. And they still
Really?
No, he didn't play. He played okay, not great. But Richard Mitchell dominated. They
He
got
was
some
a
good
dominant
perimeter
force.
shooting. And they're impressive and they're deep. So definitely.
Good luck to all our teams
Yes,
this
all right.
week.
Thank you for watching this season on the Prep Sports Report. Take care. We will see you in the off season.